Hello and welcome back to Helldivers 2. We have a new warbond, the Servants of Freedom, which is kind of a die for the cause, you know, no sacrifice too great kind of theme. And let's just, right off the rip, jump into what it's offering. There's no booster, which, that's fine. I've personally been trying to come up with ideas for boosters, and I've been struggling, so I imagine Arrowhead's probably having a tough time too, so not a big deal. But the armor, we have two sets of medium armor. The IE3 Martyr, which has the integrated explosives perk, which causes an explosion 1.5 seconds after death. And then the IE12 Righteous. Same thing, medium armor, explode on death. The armors look okay. I'm definitely not going to sit here and be like, oh man, this is peak drip, it's amazing. No, it's okay. It is nothing super noteworthy. I have to grab the black box. But it is... the helmets are where the drip is. Full on, if you know Chronicles of Riddick, the necromongers, the weird metal faces you see all over in Fallout, those like kind of Art Deco statues, kind of a death mask. They're really cool.
Calling in reinforcements.
But for the weapons, we have the Las-17 double-edged sickle. It's effectively the sickle, but instead of having like a overheat where it stops firing, you don't stop firing. It has, I believe, double the fire rate, and it has medium armor pen. In exchange, this little meter you see on the right that I fire, that overheat, it will, after I believe 50 shots, start dealing damage to you. And then the measurements I've seen say 168 shots, which is really weird and oddly specific. At that point, you take increased damage, you actually get set on fire, which is pretty cool. The weapon is actually pretty balanced. The big thing is there's a specific build for it. You have to run fire resist armor. So like your Draconaut, stuff from the Freedom's Flame Warbond. You run that and the health booster, and it will actually reduce the damage you take from fire, from the overheat damage, and keep you alive for longer. You can actually run this thing a lot longer, deal a lot of damage. It's a cool little build. I hope they don't nerf it because of that, since I think it's neat that we're actually getting a build that utilizes other warbonds. I think it's honestly kind of fair to be like, hey, you know, this is strong, but you have to build into it. And come on, to make one gun really work, you have to dedicate your armor and your booster, at least one of your team's boosters. I think that's a fair trade. And even then, it isn't like, this is the greatest weapon ever. No, it's, I think, the best laser weapon right now. But we also only have 3 laser weapons. It could change in, you know, another month. It could change 2 warbonds, 3 warbonds down the line. It can never change. It could remain peak. We don't know. But our next weapon, as you can currently see on me, is the GP31 Ultimatum. As you can see, it's got 1 shot in the magazine, 1 shot in reserve. It is effectively a nuke launcher. It is a pocket 500 kilogram bomb that deals 4,500 damage and it has enough destructive force that it can demolish stratagem jammers, the UFOs like that. Anything and everything can be destroyed by this weapon. So it's balanced, it's just kind of in a roundabout way of you are limited in your capabilities. It frees up a stratagem slot, and it lets you do some pretty funky stuff. It also has a god-awful arc. It is, I'll show you when we move on to that camp, just how bad it is. It is the kind of thing where you will instantly understand why this is balanced. There is a build you can do, running any armor with Siege Ready. It will give you an extra shot, so this will let you take out a heavy Illuminate camp. I'm actually going to move on the camp. These guys can figure this out. It's turning a satellite dish. It's not that tough. Oh, crap. Saw that coming. It's always cluster bombs, too. Without fail, I die to cluster munitions.
Found something. Joining the fray. New mag.
Give me back all my stuff. But this weapon in general is... it's fine. I think it's really good. It's a great thing to have. I see a lot of people who complain about the arc of it, saying it's bad and how it needs to have damage nerfs. They just want a grenade pistol.
Last reload.
I love this thing so much. It's so cool. But, like I said, it's good against the Illuminate, because the Illuminate heavy camps have 3 UFOs, and with Siege Ready, you can get 3 shots. Against automatons, the utility starts to fall off, and against bug camps, it's more or less useless.
I'm out.
And I think that is a great balancing element to it. Because as a player, you have to realize, hey, this isn't a universal OP gun. It is actually pretty niche. But our final weapon, as you can see in the lower left here, is, let me pull up the name quick, the G50 Seeker. It is Seeker grenades. Pretty neat little concept. They're medium armor pen, so they're not as strong as your standard impact. You have been warned. You're trading your ability to pierce heavy armor for the ability to just throw these grenades and let them kind of go on their own business. These are best suited against the automatons, since they're going to hang back the most. You don't have to worry about some enemy running towards you and the grenade being like, ah, an enemy, and then detonating in your face and killing you as well. Or a teammate. They can, if there's nobody around, hang out around you. They will travel for a bit, they eventually will die off, but they will seek people out. Very fun, great for if you're in a position like you're fighting automatons and you can't really escape. You're pinned down, you can't poke your head out to fight. Your only options are to try to wing grenades or eat bullets. Whip one of these bad boys, but space them out. If you space the grenades out, they won't detonate and chain react, and they'll actually detonate, the next one will shift targets, detonate, shift to the next target, detonate. And that will honestly make these things really good. If you want some like roleplay, use the Drone Master armor because you get 2 extra grenades. And that's really cool. But our final item is the portable hell bomb stratagem. As you can see on my back, it's a hell bomb. All we gotta do is call it in, run up to something like, let's say this. hit down on the D-pad. It is now armed. I have 10 seconds to run away. And we can watch it explode.
Objective critical stratagem no longer available.
Your teammates can run up and interact with the backpack and flick the switch for you. So if your friends are kind of dicks, be careful. Maybe don't use this, or maybe stay away from them. It's great to show off to new players. They get really excited.
Dropping a pin. Northeast.
Though,
300
make sure
meters.
you use it. Don't, like, give it to them and trigger it. That's kind of a douchey move, and I don't think they'd appreciate being turned into a running nuke unless you alert them and tell them, hey, run into those guys. And then, who knows, maybe they'll have a lot of fun with that. But that's all there is to this Warbond. They didn't add any new camos or color swaps. Nothing like that. It's pretty simple. I'd say the weakest part is probably the armor. Everything else is pretty cool. And to be fair, this is the second cheapest Warbond, with only a metal cost of 598. Freedom's Flame is still the lowest at 514. I really don't think we're going to beat that. But for a relatively low cost, you get some cool stuff. You get a stratagem that is a bit niche, but I think if you're going for the roleplay, or you're just going for something to mix things up, it's a good option. And as an added bonus with that portable hell bomb, you can just run in onto like stratagem jammers and drop it. There's a lot of videos of people doing crazy charges at the enemy and then dropping a backpack in the middle of just a swarm, stimming and running out, and then watching them get like a 40 kill combo. I'd say in terms of like, is this a worthwhile Warbond? If you don't have anything to go for it. If you're looking for something to kind of round out like an energy weapon build, or you just really want to fire portable nukes at people, yeah, go for it. This is going to be great for you. But if this is like, oh, I want my first Warbond, don't get this one. As I've said, this and the launcher both need, or both benefit from having armors available from other Warbonds. This feels like more of a Warbond to round out builds and to justify certain armor sets. Like, nobody was using the fire resist armor. That was incredibly niche in when you would need it. But now that you have a weapon that can actually benefit from it, you can see value.
I got the terminal.
But that is all for now. We'll leave the rest of this mission for you, and I'll see you in the next one.
Injury? What injury? Going down a sentry. Calling in extraction. Calling down a sentry.
Extraction request confirmed. Shuttle inbound.
Tac pack inbound. Requesting advanced weaponry!
ETA T-minus 1 minute.
Throwing supply beacon! Say hello to democracy!
ETA T-minus 30 seconds.
Requesting orbital strike! Reinforcing!
ETA T-minus 20 seconds. ETA T-minus 10 seconds. Clear landing zone.
This is Pelican 1. I have visual on the extraction zone. Pelican 1, landing in progress.
Orbital rebound! New mag! Requesting orbital strike!
Countdown initiated. Stand by for takeoff.
Hell bomb arm!
Extraction complete.
And that is all for now. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit the like button, it helps out a lot. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.